We're live. Morning, YouTube. Good morning. Let viewers ask or poll a question to weigh in on a topic. New stuff here on YouTube. I'll be darned. Look at there. If you're watching this as a rerun, you can sure skip ahead 20 minutes until we start the radio side. Just getting things started up here for the radio side. The pre-show, the pre-game. So there you go. See if you guys got your deer or not. Good morning, Waylon Turnus. Did you guys get your deer? Did you get your stuff hanging in the shop already? Morning, Scott Bulgy. Think a Deadwood trip is in order here pretty quick. Got 2 deer. How many expecting to get? Waylon, thank your wife once again for the thermos and also for coming to the Bucks and Bras thing. That was nice. I have nine tags to fill. Holy smokes. Mike Wagner is filling in for Todd the Radio God. Nice. The famous Mike Wagner radio podcast that's making millions of dollars now is still helping out part-time. That's what happens when you win $1 billion. Cheers. Ivermectin Saturday. Oh, yummy. All right. Excuse me. I'll do a countdown in time here as it gets closer to 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Say, Jesse, you know why monsters don't eat ghosts?
Does they taste like sheep?
Good morning, Karen. K-O-L-Y. Yeah. Oh, how much snow we got? We got, I would say, right around 10 inches here at the ranch. It's deep enough where I got to run the skid steer for a little bit today. Make sure to clean a few things out. I'm shipping camp. I was supposed to ship last week or this week during the storm here, and that didn't work out. So I got pushed back until shipping on Monday. So I have to make some tracks. I have to clear some things out. A lot of hunters out in Stanley County this morning. Yeah. Okay. Well, it is opening West River, South Dakota opening deer season this morning. So hell yeah. Dad called yesterday, said it's walking only from the farm to the blinds. They got 18 inches of snow. Wow. Yeah, I heard they got more snow as it went eastward. So
Who said that, Jamie?
Waylon.
Oh.
Over there in the Shields area. Dave from Minnesota. Nephew got this one during the week. This week hunting here. It's a nice whitetail. See if I can show that on the tube. Let's see here. Let me click out of this here. Let me see if that helps. There you go. Check that one out. Yeah, right there. That's a Minnesota deer right there. You don't have any snow yet? What the hell? Yeah, I'd have been all right waiting on 10 inches of snow in the forecast. It looks like it's not going to melt until April. So there you go.
Did I show you this one last week?
No, you didn't.
It's over by.
Boy, is that a nice typical whitetail?
Yeah.
Showing.
It's over by Washburn.
That's another nice one, yeah.
Pretty sweet deer.
Nice deer. There is, where the hell is it here?
You need water? Or you good?
I have one right here. Got my vitamin water. Thank you. Where did I see that? Maybe I showed it to you guys last week. I don't know if it's under that or not. I think it is here. Let me see if I can find it. It was a stud whitetail or mule deer. I can't remember what. Oh, look at this one. That's a nice wide one right there. Where is the one I'm looking for? Got this on Instagram. There's a page that my buddy started that they go and post, and you have to have nice post. It can't be any blood on them or anything like that. So, yeah. This one right here. This is the stuff that I like. Stickers on them. Did you see this one?
Christmas tree.
You and your Christmas trees.
Why do we have an aerial Pez dispenser in here?
I got to turn your mic on. I'm sorry. What was that now?
Why do we have an aerial Pez dispenser in here? Let's see what got some in there.
Well, you see. So there I was.
I figured there was a story.
So there I was walking around Las Vegas. And for some reason, my sister was there. And Dixie was doing her chiropractic or whatever. They were walking around. And we went through this down by Fremont Street. If you walk further out, there's other stuff to see.
Yep.
There's a candy shop. And I went and I found Ariel. And I kept it with me
the whole time.
And anytime somebody they're snapping those cards and like here, right on the strip, like to get you to go to a strip club or something like that, I was like, here.
And
none of them took it.
Really?
They thought it was fentanyl.
That's what I was just thinking too. I'm like, oh, it's in Vegas. If I go down, that help me.
Scott asks, what am I mixing ivermectin with? I mix ivermectin.
I mix it with water.
With Remy Martin VSOP is what I mix it with. Because I'm classy that way. I can't even say it. It is a... Oh. I'll let you read what he said about Ariel. So there you go.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it, Jay. That's right. I have some limitations. Mike Wagner says, hey, Jesse's in the background.
Here I am.
Morning, Eric. Now I'm getting text from Waylon here. Yeah, I seen this one too this morning. Yeah. Did you see the when it was the game cam picture when it was in Velvet? Look at that goofy thing.
What the world?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd shoot that.
I love goofy stuff like this.
Yeah. And there brings back to our discussion last week again about the whole limitation per points and can only shoot certain deer. Is that deer legal in those states? I don't know. How do you count the points on that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Such an idiot.
No, what they're saying in the point restriction states is it has to have a minimum is what their thing is. It has to at least have 4 points.
Yeah, so then that deer that I shot at Wayne Gerbig's years ago, it had four or five on one side and one big swooping paddle horn on the other side because of an injury. Legally, I couldn't have shot that.
Yes, you could. How many points was that? 5.
Oh, it's just total points?
Yes. That's how most people count deer. We're the only.
Here we go again.
We're the only people up here that's like 4x4, 3x4s.
So when they say it has to be a 4-point deer, that really doesn't mean anything because that's a
2x2.
It's a fork.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless it's a state that, like us, we all think it's got to be this by this, or do the buys here. I'm gonna have to start doing your rituals, Scott. Currently fighting a sinus infection. I'm not sure if it'll help with sinus infection, but you know what? I really haven't been sick in the last 2.5 years. Self-induced sickness, but that's about it.
So that's actual ivermectin?
Yeah.
So the one I've got is that off-brand one. I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, no, this is
yeah, it's the same
Noramectin, but here's the thing, is right in the top corner. It says ivermectin.
Yeah, it's the same one I've got.
Same stuff. It's just injectable.
I don't think it tastes that bad. I just put it in water.
Well, you have a finer palate. Your palate is finer. How do they say that? Refined. There's a lot of coyote tournaments in South Dakota, my friend. Still looking for deer?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Red sunrise. You know what that means.
The sun's red?
Sailors be warned.
I'm not going to be sailing anywhere. Just so everybody knows, if there's a deer that wanders through the yard, I'm going to be leaving the show and shooting out a house window like a tree stand.
I don't know if you can legally do that, and now you just said it on air.
Why can't I?
You can't shoot out of a house.
Jimmy Brecht has heat and water and a crapper in his deer blind. It's no different than this house.
All right. But this is an actual residence, and you have to be 440 yards away.
No, you do not.
Really?
No, you do not.
Okay. Hey,
that is
you do you, man.
So I actually asked the game warden this at one of those advisory council meetings, and it's been quite a few years, so I don't remember the whole thing. So don't take this as Bible here, but that rule was put in long time ago because of people hunting right up to people's homes. However, in the way that rule is written, let's say that this house was right in the corner of a section.
Which it is.
And you didn't own, I mean right in the corner, okay. Like in the corner. And you didn't own the section to the north of it.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever owns that section to the north of it can hunt right up to the fence. I don't care how far it is from the house, because you cannot keep them from hunting on their own land.
No.
There's a bunch of gray stuff with that 440 rule.
This is exactly why it needs to be black and white. Instead of interpreting the law,
it
needs to be black and white.
The game wardens and retired director Steinman was there, and he's like, "Yeah, it's a rule that's just is what it is." And I mean, they admitted that there's some gray areas to some of them rules. You know?
Okay, Jay just made a very fine point.
Okay,
wait until the deer's 440 yards away from the house and then shoot it. That's a great idea.
Still from the house, though, because it's warm in here.
The problem with it is you can shoot from the house, but if it gets 440 yards, only one direction it can go that you can still see it.
Yeah,
it's over this way here.
Otherwise, there's going to be no chance.
And I guarantee it's going to go into the Badlands over here.
Oh, will be nice, though, like you said when we talked yesterday, with this snow and this weather sucks a little bit, but the deer are finally moving. That it kicked them into gear. They're looking for feed. We didn't see anything last weekend. No. We saw a little tiny fork mule deer buck. We saw a mule deer buck that I probably would have shot if he would have showed me anything but his tail. We saw a lone mule deer doe, and then we saw two pairs, two does and two fawns. And then way down south, when we were moving cows, the guy that was riding horse with us, we didn't see it, but he saw two whitetail bucks. That was the entirety of the deer we saw in 4 days. It was.
Yeah.
I've never seen that few doe out here, or that few deer, period, out here while moving cows, fencing, actually hunting, whatever. It was. I've never seen that few deer. It's weird.
Yeah. Wayne Moose says you're correct, Jesse. Countdown, ladies and gentlemen. Here, I'll get to some of the other comments here.
Thank you, Wayne. Just tell my wife I'm correct once in a while for me. That'd be great.
70000 on Mark. Darren says the homeowner can give you permission to hunt right beside the house. I'm not giving you permission to do that.
I figured.
You're gonna have to ask Gene because he's a
He's
official
the homeowner. That's true.
Eric says South Dakota, it was more for road hunters and pheasants and waterfowl. That's what it was up here too.
Yeah.
I think South Dakota's 880. I think they got to be a half mile away.
I don't know. I've never hunted down there.
I did.
You had a antelope tag and what else?
I tried to get antelope tag all the time, but I lived in South Dakota.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
I hunted. I did a lot of pheasant hunting down there. Oh, we got another message here, Dale. What do we got here?
Yeah, all the years
deer
growing
hunting
up
north of Haines this morning. Oh, it's a little
Haines.
foggy.
Oh, okay. I ran into fog on the way down here last night about Richardson. From Richardson this way, I was in and out of fog the rest of the way to the ranch.
No fog this morning.
Nope. Looks pretty decent.
No, I take that back. There is a fog bank way over to the east.
All right.
Nothing here, though. Can you see the butte? Yeah. Can see Bullion Butte. All right. Darren Munn says, Jesse, how is it down there compared to up here?
Oh, as far as what?
Snow.
There's less snow.
We have less than you do?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there you go. 660 feet. Maybe it is 660. I can't remember. I just try not to hunt by. I take old abandoned houses. Abandoned yards for pheasant are great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I found a whole covey of pheasant yesterday feeding cows on the lease place.
Oh.
So we might take a shotgun with us today when we feed.
Man, I haven't shot a pheasant. Last time I shot a pheasant, I was with Darren, and I shot one.
I am so can't see crap outs just watching you guys on YouTube. Levi Nelson. As you should. Everybody's waiting for the fog to lift. Let's hope it takes an hour for the fog to lift so they can catch the whole show.
Yeah.
You can call in, Levi.
Oh, speaking of Levi, that reminds me of another gentleman. I got to pull up a text message here.
If he can talk in his deer blind, we should have Levi. If you're listening here, if you want to call in and give us a roundup of all the antelope you're shooting. I think he has like 47 antelope dead now.
What?
Yeah. He goes all over the place.
Oh, I got you.
He's been hunting. He's a hunting machine. He had a piece of tape over his suppressor at the end of his suppressor yesterday. You know what that means?
Means that
you don't know what that means?
He's got tape over it?
Come on. I'm just going to leave that there for other people to answer. See if
I know what it's for, but I don't know what it means. I mean, I don't know where you're going.
You know what it means? It's the same thing.
It means it's snowing or raining out?
Yeah.
Or has the potential to?
Yeah. Don't want to get water in your barrel.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Yeah. Darren Munn, you got 3 when I was showing you coyote hunting spots.
3? Man, I don't know. That was a while ago. Could be. Yeah, we were looking for coyote hunting spots. That was before one of them tournaments you came up, and the one we hunted north of
oh, sure. Yeah.
Hazen. We were looking for coyote hunting spots, and we went and checked on his deer blind. And, took a cruise.
Remember that just most disgusted, matted up, hairless coyote that came in, and I was like, guys, there's one right down here somewhere. And we're like, what? That poor thing just
wanted to die.
He walked out and looked at us like, just shooting me. Just the nastiest thing. Nobody wanted to drag it back to the
It looked like a giant rat. There was zero hair, and it was cold out.
It was so bad.
Yeah, I know right where that was at. I remember.
Never have I seen a coyote just like, please kill me. Just end my life for me.
I think did you announce the Dunn County Christmas for Kids?
It's in my list here.
Okay. John had sent me a message this week with the poster.
Yeah. All right, about 60-second stations. 60 seconds. We're going to go quiet until we get to that point. 60 seconds. Stand by. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors. I'm Scott Bachmeyer, broadcasting from a little piece of heaven here at the ranch. Sun's coming up here. Feels like a day that we can get our deer tags filled, is what I feel. Not only are we going to feed cows, move snow, we're going to get our deer tags filled. And if we have time, you have your
pheasants.
Well, we have pheasant, and I still have my archery tag, which I usually wait until December to go after anything, but
looks like December outside right now.
It looks like December. Here at the ranch, I wish I could take my webcam and point it out there. I'd say about 10 inches of snow here. You had quite a bit more. There's further east you go. There's places I know in South Dakota didn't get nothing. All right. So, yeah, it looks like Christmas out here right now. This is what you get for putting your Christmas tree up before Thanksgiving.
We've seen a lot of those memes this morning.
Yeah. All right. Jesse Flath is with me here as well this morning here on our second run of trying to find deer. Well, we found the trails, which are right here around the house. And it looks like a highway from the last 2 days. Evidently, we got deer coming in at night. And I've been seeing them in the morning, but now that you show up with a tag and the ambition to use the upstairs bedroom as a hunting blind, no deer showed up this morning. But that's okay. That's all right. All right. There we go. All right. Coming up. It's open lines, by the way. If you want to chime in here, tell us what you got for deer. It's opening deer season for West River, South Dakota today, Jesse. So West River regular season and landowners, it's rocking and rolling there. And I was in South Dakota yesterday feeding cows for my cousin, or his cousin, as they say, in the northern side of things. And let me tell you, there he has that place that he just purchased down there is walk-in land, as South Dakota calls it. I bet you there was 12 people camping all around it. And there was one in a van. I mean, he was set up. There was a little stove outside and everything. Oh, they're serious, man. When they see that public land, or not, shouldn't say public, but open to the public, walk-in land. But the thing I did notice that's different than the plots land that's right down the road from my ranch, which is private land open to sportsmen. Same theory. They just call it something different in each state. Is they kind of respected like at least a half mile from each other each way.
Oh,
instead of just walking on top of each other like they do in this plots land down this way.
Now, do they have spots on that ground down there? Is there specific spots that you have to park or can park, or not?
There are not specific spots that they have to park. However, they do have little bump outs if there is a fence line that they have areas where they can park. Yes.
Okay.
And they were not on the road. They were not on the road in the South Dakota side.
You got an awesome text message from one of the head county grader operators here in Slope County.
Yeah, I did.
We can't say what he put on the picture for words, but
he was upset.
He was not impressed. Trying to clear the roads of snow because there's guys that are still hauling hay, still weaning,
still trying to get her calf
still
shipped
trying
out.
to get shipped. And here is a pickup dead center of the county road
with nobody in it.
Nobody in it. Nobody in any direction as far as you could see. Just parked right in the middle of the county road and in a single track of snow that had been opened up. And it was not stuck. It was just parked there.
Yeah.
And he's trying to clear the county roads with his patrol.
With his blade.
I know what I'd have done.
Yeah. Hey, we have a caller.
Sweet.
I don't know. It says anonymous. It could be a scam caller. Let's see what's going on. Good morning. Welcome to Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Who's this?
Good morning, guys. It's Levi.
Levi Nelson.
Hey!
The guy that has more antelope in the freezer than the game warden does.
Well, most of them ended up in Buddy's freezers, but we got two.
So what's going on today? Where are you hunting at now?
I'm hunting on the home place here, sitting in a blind.
Okay. I thought you were maybe in Montana again.
No, next weekend.
Next weekend. What tags do you have out that way?
Just a deer tag.
Oh, just a deer tag.
Right. So you're hunting.
Would have had an elk tag.
You're hunting for your North Dakota deer now, then?
Correct. Yep.
All right.
Seeing anything? Is it foggy as heck over there?
I can about see to the end of my phone. That's about as far as I can see.
Boy.
Yeah. Once it clears off, I think we're going to see some movement. Yesterday was a big day for movement after the storm. And there's just, I don't know what it looked like. What'd you get for snow over your way? You're further east.
We got about 20 inches on our place here.
And it doesn't look like it's the weather's going to let it melt anytime soon.
No, they're talking more snow Monday, Tuesday too.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your hunting antelope. Where else did you go besides North Dakota? Did you get a South Dakota tag this year?
I did not. I drew a Wyoming tag. That was the only tag I had.
Okay.
And then Dad had a gratis tag here at home. Had a couple buddies with doe tags here, and then I had some buddies with tags in Montana. So we killed 8 antelope in the span of a week.
Are you videoing any of this, Levi?
I videoed a couple on my phone if John's asking, but no.
Because I know in Montana, if you're actually, like John Armand said, if you're an actual hunting TV show, you got to pay a fee in order to video in Montana.
On public land,
Public land, yeah.
Oh, on public land. On private, it's not. They don't have that rule.
Yeah. So they got a little bit different that way. So
it's from all the movie stars that live out there.
I like Levi.
Well, like John says, if you have a video or a TV show, you got to film it. And I haven't been doing so good at that this year.
Well, I hope good luck. Have you been seeing any deer in your country? This is the lightest deer herd I've ever seen in this country since the last 12, 15 years.
You know, it looked bad early, but as the cold has come in, we've been seeing more and more deer. But a lot of the guys around us and us put in food plots. And I think deer came to this area after the die-off. Yeah. So we're seeing a lot better than last year even. Not like it used to be, but I'm still seeing 20 deer a night.
You are? Okay. I'm lucky to see 20 deer on the entire ranch is what I'm lucky to have to. Do you think food plots, would you do it? I mean, I have some spots I'd really like to check out for food plots in some of the pastures. Is it worth doing?
Oh, absolutely. I know last weekend I'd put in some winter wheat and it hardly even came up, and I had deer coming into it last weekend, and the neighbors got corn, and the corn got hit really hard early, and the deer were walking through his corn to get to the winter wheat. Now the winter wheat's under 20 inches of snow, so I'm not seeing much, but
yeah, they get it's just that little bit of green, man. I seen a couple does coming into our yard, and the only thing green was the kochia weed in the back corner of the yard. And they were just nibbling that stuff down too. It seems like there's nothing left in the grass out here.
Mm-hmm. So dry.
Yeah, it's really dry. Even with the snow on the ground, still dry outside. So, look, I tell you what, good luck to you, man. Thanks for calling in. And if you have anything else on your mind, you'd have to wait through the break here. But yeah, I appreciate you calling in, Levi. Thank you.
Yep. Sounds good. Have a good one, guys.
You bet. Talk to you later. 888-932-5682. That's 888-932-5682. 888-9-Dakota is the code word. If you remember the old rotary phones, Jesse,
Oh, yeah.
Remember, you call into the radio station and it took forever to get in there, and the people with the touch tones, you were so mad at them because they could get the tickets and you couldn't.
That's why it was always like caller number 9.
Yeah, exactly. Well, anyway, if you want to call in, we're going to go through a whole pile of coyote tournaments, talk a little bit about that, because in 1 week in North Dakota, 1 week, let's say 8 days, we can officially use thermal for the for a few months. We get the thermal season opens up. So a lot of people are for it, and a lot of people, I'm surprised how many people are against using thermals at night. So we'll talk about that coming up your way after these messages. Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. Rockin' 7W, the farmer and rancher's go-to guy.
Did you know that Dakota Community Bank and Trust was recently named North Dakota's best small bank in Newsweek's America's Best Banks 2021? According to Newsweek, from over 2,500 FDIC-insured institutions, we are amongst the nation's top banks to serve our customers' needs in today's challenging times, ranking number 1 in North Dakota. We invite you to come bank with us. Stop in today to your nearest Dakota Community Bank and Trust and see what being America's best small bank is all about.
MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
Pifer's Western team of Andy Murdoch and Jim Sabby would like to invite you to sit down and talk about the future of land planning. Whether you're looking at selling, buying, or options to hand it down to the next generation, Andy and Jim will lay out all of the options for you. It's a great time to buy or sell, and with interest rates to make it profitable. Pifer's Western team, Andy Murdoch and Jim Sabby. For more information or land updates, go to pifers.com.
Western Frontier Insurance. Agents that understand you, your needs, and the community. Whether you're looking for coverage on your farm, ranch, home, or auto, you can trust that Western Frontier Insurance will find you a combination of price and coverage that works for you. No fancy jingles, no talking boxes or animals, just good neighbors helping to keep you covered. Western Frontier Insurance. Offices in Hazen, Washburn, and Wilton.
For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been your locally owned hometown bank, an honor we take great pride in, and our customer satisfaction has always been our most important goal. We've gone along with the communities we serve and will continue to do so with our pledge of modern banking convenience with old-fashioned hometown service. From remote deposit options to online mortgage applications, we are happy to serve you wherever you are. Learn more at dakotacommunitybank.com. That's dakotacommunitybank.com.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
Pfeiffer's Western team of Andy Murdoch and Jim Sabby would like to invite you to sit down and talk about the future of land planning. Whether you're looking at selling, buying, or options to hand it down to the next generation, Andy and Jim will lay out all of the options for you. It's a great time to buy or sell, and with interest rates to make it profitable. Pfeiffer's Western team, Andy Murdoch and Jim Sabby. For more information or land updates, go to Pfeiffers.com.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Music right there from Breaking 8. Oh, Benny Paulson himself, the man, the myth, the legend, and the video star. Jesse, you remember that, don't you?
Radio killed the video star.
Huh?
Something about video star. Somebody killed something.
Benny Paulson is a video star.
Oh,
He's in one of those rap videos. Have you
that's
seen
right. I have seen that.
it? If you want to look it up, I think the name of the song is Hoo-Wee. I think so.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it is. This portion of the program is brought to you by Freedom Repair. Whether it's a tractor, baler, combine, air seeder, your planter, anything you want to get ready for next year, or maybe, depending, you still got sunflowers out there, he can help you out. Freedom Repair comes to you. Get you fixed up back in the field quick as he can. 18 plus years of experience. Lucas Kelly's his name. And former Marine. Right? You saw a lot of
That was
action
the
that way.
Marine birthday the other day.
I know. I wished him a happy Marine birthday. That's right. Veteran owned and operated. His number is 701-440-1945. That's 440-1945. Freedom Repair. I think that's the ball cap I got on today. And speaking of which, here's the other ball cap, and we have to remember this coming up here, and it's around the corner. Schriefer Red Angus. Their sale coming up, I believe, at the end of January.
Yeah.
So there you go. Mark is already listening. So
Yeah, Mark and Jody and Riley and Cheyenne. I saw Riley was scooping out the feed bunks with a scoop shovel earlier today, or maybe that was from yesterday. But a lot of work, a lot of extra work. This much needed moisture we got that everybody's happy about because of the moisture. Sure threw a wrinkle in people's time.
Yeah.
And what they had to do these last few days.
Yeah. Well, a question from Wayne says, "What's the coldest you ever shot a deer, temperature-wise?" He says him and one of his friends shot a whitetail buck. It was 26 below zero. By the time they got it 7 miles back to the place, it was froze solid. And I was thinking back, there's been, because I like the archery hunt in December.
Mhm.
Oh, I really do. I don't know why. But anyway, I think the coldest one was out here just west of the house. And I arrowed a buck, and it went down what we call Wolf Den Springs. And the only way in there was either hiking in there or snowmobile. And I didn't have a snowmobile at the time, so I hiked back there with my calf sled and picked it up and got it in there. And I think at that time it was probably only like 5 or 8 below zero. So, but Jesse, it is 17 below with the wind chill right now. So if a deer walks by the door here, you can slingshot it, and
It
take
is
care of that one.
brisk.
It is chilly outside. There's no doubt. We're gonna have to feed early. All right, coyote tournaments around the corners. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of places that already had them, but coming up, the Bison South Dakota Fire Department is on Saturday, December 3rd. That's their coyote calling contest. Now, I've entered that one. Let's talk about ones that we've entered, and we've.
Okay, what was
actually
that
done.
one?
Bisons. Get off your phone.
I'm researching some night hunting stuff for a question we had on the
Gotcha.
show
All right.
here.
Anyway, Bison Fire Department coyote calling
I
contest.
have not been in that one.
Have not been in that one.
Nope.
That
was you and Johnny.
Yeah, I've been to that one. Pollock Men's Club. It's their 7th annual ice fishing tournament coming up February 11th and 12th of next year.
Is that the one we did?
No.
Okay.
Never did that one. Or at least I didn't. The 2nd annual Dickinson Benefit Coyote Hunt. And this time it's for a 3-year-old Cambry Roshow. She's battling some health issues. That's January 6th and 7th. Now, we have done this tournament. It used to be
Is that the old
old CoyoteHunter.net.
Yep.
They switched it into something else.
Okay.
Okay. This would be fun. Friday, December 9th and Saturday, December 10th. It is Nellie's Saloon is hosting a coyote tournament in Ening, South Dakota.
I think that's the same date as the Gulva tournament.
It is.
Okay.
And we're getting to that one coming up. 73 Saloon in Phillips, South Dakota is having one December 2nd and 3rd. Coyote calling contest. We got all kinds. South Dakota's on top of getting their information.
Yeah.
Give them that. Ulrich's Volunteer Fire Department here. Second annual 3-dog coyote calling contest.
Nice. I like those.
Yeah, I do too. Ulrich School Gym. That's coming up December 2nd, 3rd. The 6th annual Christmas for Kids coyote hunt in Killdeer. You have some more information on this.
Yeah, that's ran by John Linseth and Emmett Deedy. They started that off in Dunn Center years ago. They outgrew that bar by space quickly, moved it over to Killdeer. They moved the location again this year due to some other constraints. They will be hosting that out of the Buckskin Bar. Money for that goes to buying Christmas presents and goods that are needed by families of Dunn County that don't have the means to take care of themselves. And John and Emmett do a good job. They get a lot of good sponsors. I believe their first prize this year is a Thunder Beast suppressor, along with they give a bunch of guns away and all kinds of door prizes and stuff. It's pretty good, pretty well-ran tournament.
And you've done that one. You've entered that one.
Yep, I've done that a couple times.
All right. December 10th is Lone Tree Saddle Club out of Galva, North Dakota.
Yeah.
That is another fundraiser for the Saddle Club, which is great. And thanks to Jesse has done this one a few times more than I have.
Yeah.
Because
won it a couple times.
You won it a couple times. I purchased you in the Calcutta and made more money than you did.
Yeah.
Because he never wants to buy himself in the Calcutta. He's kind of a sissy that way.
Bad juju.
Yeah. It is not bad juju. And then I purchased Mr. JB Pauly, and he got third place.
Yeah, you cashed up that year. Yeah. No, Danny and I were just talking about that the other day, and both of us have Christmas parties that weekend. We're the last 2 or 3 years now we've missed that tournament, so we're gonna make it a point to be able to make it next year.
And the reason they wait until December 10th to do this one is because it's right on Minnesota North Dakota border, Montana, sorry, and Montana. They can use anything to hunt coyotes over there. So in order to be fair, you have to wait until we can use thermal on this side of the border to be able to do that. So anyway, Galva is on December 10th. 7th annual predator hunt for Esmond Volunteer Fire Department is on December 17th. And the Randy Rohde 6th annual Memorial Statewide Coyote Calling Contest in South Dakota is going to be December 9th. At Grey Goose Store in Pierre, South Dakota.
A lot of tournaments on December 9th in both states.
The first 2 weekends of December is full.
Hitting it.
But the coyotes are awesomely primed up now. They are looking good. However, the price, not so well.
Almost zero.
There's nothing. There's nobody. I do the state auction every year for the furs.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody sold. They no-sailed pretty much 90% of the number one quality furs.
Yeah.
So they're going to keep on. I mean, everybody's got a stockpile of them right now.
I talked to the gentleman from Petska. They were through Hazen, sitting in the parking lot at Tractor Supply Company here this summer. They were buying horns.
Yeah.
And him and I had a great talk. He thinks that your best prime perfect coyote at best this year is going to get about $35.
Yep.
So 90% of what you shoot, you might as well let lay because they aren't going to be worth a dime. If you're hunting coyotes for
unless
money,
you put up your own.
You put up your own and you can save them.
Yeah.
Or sell them, have them tan and sell them to friends or people, trade shows or something like that. But if you're just shooting dogs and trying to sell dogs on the whole to a buyer, good luck with $5 fuel and $50 boxes of bullets. You are not going to make any money.
Well, you don't make money really. I mean,
some do. Some guys make quite a bit of money doing that. I mean, you and I've
had a couple good years, but here's the thing. I got a question as we come back in the second half of the program. Is the high price of fuel, low fur prices, high ammunition prices, is it going to affect the weekend warrior coyote hunters, are we going to see the population of coyotes skyrocket?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think so.
The coyote population this year is outrageous.
It's already up.
They had we had actual moisture and cover and bunny rabbit. I mean, there was cover for them to actually hunt this year, so it worked out pretty well. Anyway, we'll have more coming up in the second half of the program right here at Dakota Prairie Outdoors. 888-932-5682, second half of the program. We might do a little what grinds your gears. Hold on, I shut your mic off because
talk a little thermal too. You brought up being able to night hunt.
That's right. We'll
coyotes.
Talk thermal hunting.
We've had some questions, so we're going to do a little thermal breakdown.
Okay, sounds good. Coming up on the second half of the Dakota Prairie Outdoors, head here. And don't forget, if you want to call in and chime in, 888-932-5682. That's 888-9-DAKOTA. Back after these messages.
Rockin' 7W has all the panels you need. Freestanding panels, windbreak panels, feeder panels, and the original protester panel. If you don't know what that is, it's a sort panel that makes sorting calves from a cow a breeze. You can do it in a fraction of time with just one person on foot or horseback. You can custom order sizes to fit your current operation, or you can start from scratch. Rockin' 7W also does trailer repair on any size trailers, mobile welding, and custom cattle hauling. Call Justin at Rockin' 7W at 701-206-1030. That's 701-206-1030. Rockin' 7W, the farmer and rancher's go-to guy.
Did you know that Dakota Community Bank and Trust was recently named North Dakota's best small bank in Newsweek's America's Best Banks 2021? According to Newsweek, from over 2,500 FDIC-insured institutions, we are amongst the nation's top banks to serve our customers' needs in today's challenging times, ranking number 1 in North Dakota. We invite you to come bank with us. Stop in today to your nearest Dakota Community Bank and Trust and see what being America's best small bank is all about.
MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
Pifer's Western team of Andy Murdoch and Jim Sabby would like to invite you to sit down and talk about the future of land planning. Whether you're looking at selling, buying, or options to hand it down to the next generation, Andy and Jim will lay out all of the options for you. It's a great time to buy or sell, and with interest rates to make it profitable. Pifer's Western team, Andy Murdoch and Jim Sabby. For more information or land updates, go to pifers.com. Western Frontier Insurance. Agents that understand you, your needs, and the community. Whether you're looking for coverage on your farm, ranch, home, or auto, you can trust that Western Frontier Insurance will find you a combination of price and coverage that works for you. No fancy jingles, no talking boxes or animals, just good neighbors helping to keep you covered. Western Frontier Insurance. Offices in Hazen, Washburn, and Wilton.
For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been your locally owned hometown bank, an honor we take great pride in. And our customer satisfaction has always been our most important goal. We've gone along with the communities we serve and will continue to do so with our pledge of modern banking convenience with old-fashioned hometown service. From remote deposit options to online mortgage applications, we are happy to serve you wherever you are. Learn more at DakotaCommunityBank.com. That's DakotaCommunityBank.com.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
Pifer's Western team of Andy Murdoch and Jim Sabby would like to invite you to sit down and talk about the future of land planning. Whether you're looking at selling, buying, or options to hand it down to the next generation, Andy and Jim will lay out all of the options for you. It's a great time to buy or sell, and with interest rates to make it profitable. Pifer's Western team, Andy Murdoch and Jim Sabby. For more information or land updates, go to pifers.com.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. Dakota Prairie Outdoors right here on a Saturday. I'd like to say it's a beautiful Saturday, but I guess, the wind isn't howling or anything, but a lot of snow removal in some areas. Okay, some places didn't get any snow. So anyway, coming back your way here at Dakota Prairie Outdoors. Scott Bachmeyer with you. Jesse Flath is, he was in the chair, and now he's sitting in a recliner. But we're going to be talking thermal and thermal imaging. And for the North Dakota side of things, that season, let me pull it up here, starts, I believe, officially. That season is going to start on November 21st is when that starts up, that we can actually legally use night hunting, thermal, and night vision type equipment. Hey, there you are. Way to.
Sorry, I was researching.
Anyway, November 21st, because the last day of deer season is 20th. Now, you only have until March 15th, but according to the latest research that Jesse has just found on the North Dakota border, you can, if you're a rancher or you have something with cattle or anything, you can have an agent do that. Explain that now.
Well, I found an article written by the Game and Fish here.
Our fur bearer head of
big game biologist,
Stephanie Tucker.
The legalization of new technologies has resulted in some hunters wanting to use their equipment to help livestock producers alleviate depredation caused by coyotes outside of the night hunting season. State law and the North Dakota Century Code that pertains to it is in here, but I'm not reading it. Already allows for this, whereby a producer may authorize a hunter as their agent in helping remove depredating coyotes outside the traditional night hunting season.
Mm-hmm.
Night hunters who are assisting with removal of depredating coyotes outside the season are encouraged to notify their local game warden as to their activities prior to going afield, in case the night hunters are falsely reported to the public by the public as engaging in illegal activities. So
there you go.
We've been told that that's a law for a long time, but it's never been put out there. I never knew what the Century Code was, and actually Stephanie emailed me that Century Code a few years ago. But I'm happy to see, and I just Googled. I didn't even Google. I went to North Dakota Game and Fish website, and in their search bar at the top of the corner, you can see in the upper right-hand corner of your computer screen right now, I just typed thermal in there. And about 4 different articles that were written by the Game and Fish come up on the Game and Fish website. And this was underneath the history of night hunting. Night hunting first became legal in North Dakota in 91 and 92, but you could not use any artificial light. It was snow cover and
moonlight only.
Snow cover and moonlight only.
Yeah.
What kind of brought us into talking about thermal, along with the coyote tournaments that are coming up, I did receive a text message this morning here during the show asking about using thermal for locating. I better read how he said it here.
Using thermal. Can you use thermal for locating a downed deer?
Yeah, he said, is thermal legal to use to locate deer in timber, and would it work during the day when it's cold out? Yes, it would work during the day when it's cold out. No, it is not legal. It's not legal at any time for any reason for big game.
But we have to specify in North Dakota.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know about South Dakota and Montana.
Yeah.
But in North Dakota, you cannot use thermal or digital night vision or any type of night optics at all for any type of big game, not even for recovery. Let's say you shot a deer and you're having a heck of a time finding him, and you have a pair of handheld thermal binoculars. Technically, those are not legal to use to find your downed deer. However, as Scott pointed out during the break, they have made it legal to use dogs to track downed animals now in North Dakota.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
As far as we know. Yeah, that's the extent of our knowledge on that. So
anyhow, there you go. There's your quick synopsis of night vision and night hunting in North Dakota.
Is night hunting ruining coyote hunting?
She even talks about that in this article that I just printed off for you. There's some people that think that it is educating coyotes and that it's actually hurting the ability to control the predators by hunting because the coyotes are getting smart. I don't know that I've seen that, I guess.
How is it any different than going out and missing a coyote?
Which
in the
lot
daytime
of people do. It's not any different at all. Not any different at all.
And that goes even down to coyote tournaments, like the 3-dog tournaments that we're talking about.
Yep.
Or 4. Some people do 4 dogs. Compared to bringing in as many as you can. And I had this argument with somebody, and because we used to do a lot of tournaments.
Yep.
And there were some, especially the Williston tournament, 1-day tournament. I mean, they were bringing in 23, 24 coyotes in 1 day.
Yep.
And this is not a nighttime hunt. This was day only. And I was like, holy cow, then second place had like 20 coyotes, and then 18 coyotes, 17. 15. I mean, if you didn't get into the teens, you weren't even in the top 10.
Yeah, we got a friend that lives in Hazen, has probably hunted a lot more coyote tournaments than you and I put together, and he's won some tournaments, and he even said, I've only shot double digits in my life for a tournament a few times.
Yeah.
He quit doing tournaments because he cannot compete with guys like that.
Remember the McIntosh, we did McLaughlin tournament, and we were back in the home place, Jesse's place and my mom's old place, and we turned in 13 coyotes in McLaughlin, and you and I thought we were the cheese, man, because we paid quite a bit for ourselves in the, or at least I did, for the Calcutta, and we didn't even get in the top 15.
Yeah.
But I think there were some things going on there.
But that's the thing. Everybody always thinks there's things going on. And I don't know. When you do like Jamie Olsen's tournaments, you're tying a wood block in their mouth. You're putting the date and the time on there. He's temp probing these coyotes. He's got digital logs for outside temperature, when it was shot, what the core temperature of this coyote should be from years and years and years of doing these coyote tournaments. I mean,
I didn't say one of his were illegal. I think that with the McLaughlin one, I think there was.
But even in his tournaments, people complain about, they got to be cheating. Guys bringing in. We did a tournament in Mandan. You and I brought in six or 7. Felt pretty good about it.
Not even close.
Troy brought in 10, I think, that year, and he was not in the money.
Yeah.
John Polcheski and his father-in-law were hunting it. They brought in 1 or 2, and they were looking around going, there's no way.
Yeah.
But every tournament of Jamie's that we hunted against that same group of guys, they consistently bring in double digits.
Yeah.
And sometimes high double digits of coyotes.
Yeah.
Some of these guys have a lot of land tied up. They have a lot of river bottom ground where they can get around easy and the coyotes come in. They're just good.
They're just good.
They're just good.
Yeah, they don't miss.
And that's the other thing.
And they're consistently calling in the right spots.
Yep.
They're calling where coyotes are. There's no doubt.
Yep.
So
they put time in.
Absolutely. And a lot of scouting on that as well. So, but yeah, it would be fun though, wouldn't it, to be able to bring in 20 some coyotes in 1 day?
It would.
So I'd love to have a coyote tournament. I would like to host one at Dakota Prairie Outdoors, North and South Dakota, statewide tournament. But I want to find out. Some people do this like an e-tournament, right?
Right.
Is what I'd like to do. But how do you keep the cheating? How do you keep the honesty? How do you do that?
I don't know. Because you can tell when you are looking at pictures of coyotes. You can tell one coyote from another pretty easily as far as if they send you pictures of the same coyote multiple times.
Right.
There's time and date stamping on phones for pictures. But what you can't control is if it's supposed to be a 2-man tournament, you can't control the guy from Jamestown or Pierre or wherever. from having his whole family's cousins, brothers, uncles, nephews all hunting for him. You know, I don't know how you do that.
I don't know either. Be interested to find out a decent way of doing that. So,
yeah.
But
I just got a message from a buddy of mine that him and I went coyote calling behind his barn and behind his shop, and he just sent me a text message that is exactly why I can't place in these tournaments. He said it doesn't help when you call in a pack of 3 coyotes to 50 yards and whiff on all of them. We had a bad day. I had a bad day. I shot every bullet I had until I couldn't see the coyote anymore, and they were still all running. I don't know what we did there, but
so for for some people that don't know Jesse, he has a little bit of a temper. Okay. we were calling in down in the south pasture here that one time, and I was over, I don't know, maybe 20-30 yards in behind some rocks, and he was on the 20-30 yards over behind some other rocks, and we were doing some calling sequences, and pretty soon I hear him do a little lip squeaking, so I just hold still and I'm just glassing, just trying to look at my section, and pretty soon I hear the shot go off, and 10 seconds, another shot went off, and another shot went off, and then it was dead quiet, and then I heard the swearing start.
Had a bad day that day too.
Like after 3 shots, he didn't care if I had a coyote over on my side. He stood up and was swearing. Like, could care less.
Yeah, that was just as bad as behind Ryan's shop.
All right, so the thing that has changed has been, for me, suppressing my rifle has been a big thing. Wouldn't you agree? Suppressors have changed the coyote hunting world.
It's changed it for me just so that my ears don't hurt all the time. But yeah, I mean, the big misconception about suppressors, and why I like to call them suppressors instead of silencers, even though technically the government term is silencers. They don't make your gun silent. There's still a fair amount of noise.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, all it stops is the muzzle blast, the loud sound coming out of your muzzle. You still have the hypersonic crack of the bullet, which is pretty loud. But what it does do is will confuse the game as to not knowing what direction that sound came from.
Yeah.
Because they can't hear the actual, well, they still can, but it really cuts down the sound of the muzzle blast. So it will make them, they still react, but they don't react as bad. I've seen it help more in deer hunting than
absolutely
coyote hunting, because
you can take a deer and the rest of the deer will still sit and
they
graze.
don't freak out and run 6 miles.
Yeah.
They'll move 100 yards or even 100 feet sometimes. Sometimes they don't move at all. They all look around like, what was that? Perfect example is my daughter's first deer she shot this year.
Yeah.
She had her youth doe tag. We were set up and I misranged the deer for one, but she was just not comfortable. I thought she was. She took a shot, completely missed this deer. I don't even know where the bullet hit. That deer did not move. If she wouldn't have been so jacked up because it was her first animal she shot at, she could have easily chambered another round and took a follow-up shot. That deer literally did not take a step for about a 30 count. It was just kind of looking around like, what was that sound?
Yeah.
And then it calmly walked into the tall grass by the river, and we moved on to another spot, and she ended up getting her deer at that second spot. But it's just so much.
So did she?
You like to say this? It's so much more civilized.
It is civilized.
It's just.
So does your daughter have some of her dad in her after she missed that shot? Did she throw out some words?
No, she just sat there. She's like, well, why didn't it fall down? I'm like, well, because he didn't hit it. Oh, well, now what do I do? I mean, she did a good job. She remained calm. We moved up into another position, and she ended up taking a white-tailed doe at about 180 yards. One shot, made a nice shot on it, and she's hooked now. I took her coyote hunting a few years ago. And we didn't even see anything. She just about quit hunting. She's like, this is dumb.
It's like kids that don't catch fish, right? Talking about does night hunting hurt the coyote hunting, right?
Yep.
Russ says, pretty sure all game that gets hunted either gets smarter or gets dead. He said,
yeah.
I doubt the method of hunting really matters. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
I do. And This one here sounds like Jesse had extra help adjusting his scope.
Could have.
It happens. That's right.
Could have.
All right.
I got a little insight here from a gentleman. He said,
you want insight, go to my YouTube page and look at who's trying to text me. I'm getting scammed.
Probably would have been helpful if you would have not drank the Dove out of Crown the night before the tournament.
That does help.
That does help.
Maybe it calms you down, though.
I don't know.
Maybe it calms you down. It gets that blood loosened up a little thinner.
The other weird thing I've got an issue with, and you've talked about this before, is I have a problem with close-in coyotes.
Yes, you do.
I don't know if I rush my shot because I'm more nervous because they're on top of me. Like inside of 100 yards, it seems like I can't hit anything. You get them out past 250, and I've got no problem out to a ways. So I don't know. I've got to get that figured out one of these days too. I think it's just a timing thing. I rush myself, rush my shot. I don't know.
So here's another concept. AR with multiple rounds or bolt guns.
For what?
Hunting coyotes.
So I'm not. It's tough.
When we did that Mandan tournament, and it was 32 below zero.
But that was operator error.
No, it froze up on you.
Yeah, my AR turned into a single shot because we were in and out of the pickup multiple times, and it was like 26 below zero.
It was cold.
You know, the gun frosted up and didn't cycle. I really haven't hunted with an AR since then. I've shot a couple deer with ARs. I got rid of them. I had 0. I sold all my ARs. I was so mad after that tournament. I do have a couple now again. I won one. Actually, at the Medora Hunters feed years ago, I won a Colt AR. And that is what houses my night vision. And I went back and forth trying to decide if I'm going to switch my night vision over to a bolt gun. I just am more comfortable behind a bolt gun. But to not have to cycle a bolt, to not have to... The less things you have to do in the dark to function properly, the better. The gentleman that I did most of my night hunting with the last few years, he loves ARs. He hunts with them during the day half the time. Ex-military guy, carried a military version of an AR for years. So he kind of showed me some things on what to do, and I see a place for him.
I do too.
Do I prefer a bolt? Absolutely, because I'm way more comfortable with it. But my night vision will probably always be on some form of an auto-loading weapon.
Interesting concept on that.
The other reason is...
You know what AR stands for?
Armalite.
Okay, making sure. Armalite Rifle Company.
Yep.
Yeah.
The other thing is in the dark, when you are looking through that night vision, that is the only place you can see anything, is with your eye in that scope. So if you do have multiple dogs coming in and you shoot one and you have to cycle that bolt and you pull your eye out of that scope, good luck.
Why would you pull your eye out of scope to use a bolt action?
I would like to see you take a shot, cycle that rifle, and keep your eye in that night vision scope and stay on target. It's about impossible.
Now it sounds like a challenge.
To where with the AR, with these small recoil you do have, and everything goes into place for that next shot on its own. You can stay head down, you can stay head forward into that scope, and either follow up on a miss if you do miss, or acquire a second target. So that's the reason that I will always have my night vision on an AR.
The only thing about the ARs I don't like is when you run them suppressed, they are dirty.
Oh my gosh, are they dirty?
Dirty.
You put a 20-round mag in there and you shoot 5 rounds out of that AR. The remaining 15 look like you pulled them out of a coal bucket. it is. So bad. It's very dirty.
I wish a guy could get that fixed somehow. That would be nice.
Piston-driven AR.
Yeah.
But they're expensive, and you want to talk about having to maintain something.
Yeah.
I've been told they're ugly to maintain.
Yeah. I'll stick with my old. I have it back here. I got to find the charging cord. I got to remember where I put my charging cord for that thing. It was sitting right there. I know it was right in that outlet for many, many times.
Should be the old USB.
Oh, it's
the old cell phones used. My night vision I have now uses USB-C, just like my Samsung phone uses that same charging
Mine's
cord.
it's something. I don't know. I got to check it out. Anyway, that's a wrap for today's program. Thank you for coming down and helping. We're going to be moving snow, shipping. We got to go feed yet first here. Feed and hunt at the same time. Move snow and then go hunt more and make sure. Anyway, keep listening right here to all these radio stations for my daily program, Dakota Prairie Outdoors. You can find it at dakotaprairieoutdoors.com. You can also join the YouTube side of things at Dakota Prairie Outdoors Radio. Thanks for tuning in today. Have yourself, be safe, especially if you're shoveling snow. Eat some meat, drink some milk, and you'll find out shoveling your back's not as young as it used to be. Found that out yesterday. Anyway, thanks, radio stations. Appreciate it. YouTubers, appreciate you guys each and every week here coming in on me. I don't know who this 69 XXX site girl is here or who this is, but
you got
I got some
random messenger on YouTube.
Pornographist going on and trying to message. So hopefully none of the these Darren, maybe Darren's clicking on it. I want to see a picture of his sister.
What grinds my gears is when people tell you they have the land posted in an area and tell you to leave the area and to watch your back.
Yeah.
That's what grinds one guy's gears.
That's Darren. And I know the story, Darren. That's funny. I don't know. Well, I suppose we've got some work to do. Thanks, YouTube. Appreciate it. See ya. Bye.